Hi, this is Dave, and I want to talk about today a new service that we're offering to current website owners. We've started offering this and found that this is very interesting to many different owners, and that's this. Google's made a lot of changes, and they want people to update their current website. You need to get an HTML5 website, and you get 1,000 emails telling you this every day. But a lot of people are loath to drop their website for something entirely new. You sunk a lot of money into your website, and probably your website's performing well for you, and you can tell that the times have come for you to upgrade it. You just know you need to get into a modern website, but you really don't want to let your website go. It does a great job, generally speaking. So you know what? You probably don't need a new website at all. If your website's performing well for you, we don't need to go and completely revamp it and come out with some whole new angle, and who knows how well it's going to work. We can stick to what you're used to. And so if it works for you, we can just simply supercharge your existing website. So what do I mean by that? Let me point this out. Here is a website that's old. This is just, I'm picking on these guys. These are one of several. We've taken I think it's 68 now, old style websites and updated them. We have a lot more coming because people are really interested in this, and it's because their website works. They don't want a new website, but they know they need to upgrade their existing website. Okay, let me tell you what that means. These guys have a website. It's just here. It does what it does. Okay, everything is the way it is. And they've had this website for years. Okay, 8, 10 years. They don't want to change it. They know they need to, though. Okay, they just know they need to, but they don't really want to. Here's the problem. If we go look this URL up, if we actually go to the HTML validator and check that URL, here's the problem. It's got errors in the document, and it's old style coding. XHTML 1.0 transitional. This is ancient coding. This is very, very old coding. And the problem now is that Google wants everyone on HTML5, and they are taking steps in several, releases, slow releases of upgrades, forcing everyone to realize that they need to upgrade. There are a lot of reasons for that. We've covered that in different videos. HTML5 makes it easier for Google to find all the right information on your site. There's all these new tags introduced in HTML5 that help Google really locate details about your website so it can really offer them better to the public. So it's useful. Okay, and if you do not upgrade, you are going to lose rank to guys who do upgrade. As your competitors start to upgrade, as they realize they need to, then you are going to slip in rank. They are going to outrank you because they don't have this red bar saying errors found while checking this document as some ancient form of HTML. Okay, so let's take a look at something here. We see this website. Okay, and we made a version of it right here. This is the new modern version. Okay, looks virtually identical, right? Almost no changes, no real changes. There's slight changes. If you scroll down, you can find that there's a back to the top button, things like that, which you didn't see here. Another one is that there's no social media, and we've introduced social media options. Okay, but by and large, it's the same. That means these people don't have, the people who own this website don't have to worry about the effect that the website has on their customers. What's the difference? Well, let's take a look at this URL now, ours. Okay, and if we go and check the HTML validator for ours, here's what it's saying. This document was successfully checked as HTML5. That is the point. That we took something ancient that's going to lose rank because it's ancient, and we just upgraded the coding so it's no longer ancient anymore. Not only that, we did a little SEO work maybe, but let me show you some bigger differences. Originally, if you took their website and you tried to minimize it, you checked it out, okay, like on a mobile phone. That's the idea. How does this thing look on a mobile phone? Well, if you do this and watch, you get the idea right away. It's not mobile ready. It will not work properly on a mobile phone. You have to scroll left and right, which is not good. Okay, that's the problem. All right, that's one thing Google doesn't like anymore. It already released that upgrade. If you are mobile ready, Okay, you're modern and mobile ready, Google's going to rank you higher. So if I were to take this and pop it down, okay, let me just show you the difference here. And I go scooting it in, it knows to wrap and wrap and keep wrapping down to a tablet, keep wrapping, and it keeps the phone number right up front at the top, no matter what size, okay? Phone number is immediately useful, and it's got a meta property on it for instant calling on a mobile phone, which of course did not exist in the original version. It's just print, okay? Ours is click to call instant on a mobile phone. So you're going to get more calls because nobody has to remember your phone number, right? Now, other than that, everything's the same. We got our Google map and everything's the same there, but it's mobile ready and there it is. And there is no map, but Google Map is something Google expects these days. You need to have a map in here, something you should have a map. That's part of HTML5 readiness, is having something like this. Now, let me go further. What extra advantage do we have besides just simply satisfying Google's criteria of being a modern website and also being nicely mobile friendly? What else? We created an admin panel. This website, no such thing as an admin panel. If I try to go to administrator, some such thing, it just redirects to the main page because it cannot find what I am talking about. If, however, we go to ours, we can log in. And if I do go and log in, here's what you'll see. An admin panel, okay? And this admin panel allows you to have control over your website. You can go to the pages and you can just simply click and decide what you want to type in for the details of any of the pages, the home page and other pages, okay? You can decide what order you want the pages in. You can move them around in orders. You can enable pages and disable pages. You can create new pages. You can resort your pages. You have lots of other options too. You can create a testimonial section and you can put testimonials up and enable them or disable them. Okay. You have global settings with complete controls over the admin email address and different things about the website. That's incredibly important. You can deal with tags for the meta, tags for things like Google verifying the site, which is good. It helps Google rank you higher. Script code at the bottom if you want to put in this so you can track your own visitors. Okay, you can just paste in coding for that. Decide what you want in the footer. Whether you want Google to be able to index the pages or not. You have controls. You have full controls over every detail of the website. Should we enable the header text? Yes or no? That means, should I enable this? Yes or no? Okay. What is it going to say on each side? I can decide these things. Enable the menu, yes or no. Do I want people to actually see this menu? I can decide that. Okay. Or they're just going to see the options in the sidebar and not the menu. These are options that you have. All kinds of enablers and disablers. Enable the banner, home contents for all the different things. And what should be set in the boxes and how many boxes there should be: automotive, residential, commercial. If there are 2B boxes, that's these. And whether you flip them, whether you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they're going to auto center. If you have 1, it'll center. 2, it'll separate them so it's 1 here, the other there. It'll center them. 3 goes across. If you have 4, it does 2 above and 2 below. 5, it does 3 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and then finally 6 is 3 and 3. Okay, so you can add sections like that at will and decide the images, decide what they're going to say in the headlines, decide what they're going to say here. Doesn't need to be bullet points. They just happen to be bullet points in this case. Okay, so you can literally decide all these things and what images you're going to use and drag and drop images from your desktop and instantly connect to them. Okay, very, very easy to control this whole thing. Typography. You can control every color instance about the site, and you have infinite color controls here. Literally any color you want. Okay, and then if you find one and you want greens instead of blues, you can just copy your greens and paste them over the blues going down, and now you have a green-based theme instead of blue. Whatever. I could copy it down here and so on. And that way I can keep it uniform, but you can do whatever you want. Take a look at this, full control. Cases of fonts. You can choose your fonts. Header 1 fonts, header 2 fonts, paragraph fonts, and there's hundreds and hundreds of fonts that are all different and instantly browser ready. They all work on a browser. They're all awesome. There's hundreds of them. Okay. Breadcrumb background color. You can control literally every little detail of the site. If you go over to a different page, okay, you can literally control the color and actions when you hover over things. You can control every color, every font, every detail, everything that's everywhere. You can decide whether the sidebar goes on or off page by page and what's supposed to be on it, and whether this goes up here and that goes down there. If you have a video, you can put it in. If you have a Facebook, you can put it in, and you can rearrange them in any combination you want. What does that mean? You have full control over your website. Not just that, but you can export copies of your website. You can create copies and put them up for resellers. So you can change some details on the pages that say, okay, I'm going to make a version for someone else. It's going to have a slightly different logo, and it's going to use, their company name, their city, state, whatever. You can update that information on the pages. Okay. Contact us information. You can just go update that. Okay. You can decide whatever you want that stuff to say. By the way, we build in something called mobile variables, or I'm sorry, global variables, and that allows us to have full control over variables in the entire website from one spot. Here's what that means. See how we have the phone number here and the phone number there, and it's probably on this page somewhere, probably on that, probably on that, probably on that. It's probably down here. There's an email address. Okay. Well, we have a spot in the back, okay, where you can have global variables. And when you use the global variables, whatever you put for the company name, the phone number, the email, the address, city, state, zip, all that, you can just edit these to make those changes. Just change them, change them, change them, change them, and then update, 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 update. And if you go back and refresh your page, it accepted all your changes. So now you can say that's for my partner. And so you can export that version to your partner's website, literally connect it up on their website and upload it. Or if they don't have one yet, you're going to give them one for later. You can export it to HTML. That allows you to create a zip file for Bob or whoever and give it to them and let them create a website and put it up. That can be for resellers or guys you just create copies and give to because you're selling them a copy of your modern website. And maybe you're in San Antonio, Texas, and some guy in who knows where, Atlanta, Georgia says, I love your website. I would kill to have your website. I'll pay you $5,000 for a copy of your website. And you think, okay, why not? I'm in San Antonio, Texas. That guy is in Atlanta, Georgia. He's way outside my range of competition. I'll sell him a copy of the site for $5,000. I'll put his information up on the site and then export it to him, and that's the $5,000 he's paying me. Okay, you can pay me half down. I export, he owes me the other half. Whatever it is you want to do with the guy. Point is, you can go selling copies of your websites. You can make unlimited variations, and you can save them. By the way, all this information that you change, maybe you make a copy for some other guy. Come down here and save it as a backup and call it Bob. It's the version for Bob, right? Update it. That way you also have a version called default. Okay, didn't save any versions in here, but you can have them. And that way you can have the default, which is you, and then you can switch to Bob and import those. Okay, and you can come here and you can create a version of this for Bob in Atlanta, Georgia. You change that. Okay, change the image, just browse, go get his image and drag and drop it in here and then select it, and that becomes his logo. And change whatever other information, maybe not much, change the email address and the phone and make it for Bob. And again, you don't have to have this in here if you know how to use global variables. Make it for Bob and save it. Okay. And you can do the same thing with typography. You want to create variations for yourself for different websites. You can create the blue one, the yellow one, the green one, the brown one, the black one, and test them. You can put them on other websites and backlink yourself with them and see how they work. So you can make your presence much larger, like for every different city you operate in or for every major keyword. And again, you can make backups and save those backups. One you'll call blue, another you'll call brown. You save them. Okay. You can even download these as an Excel file, and you can even use the Excel file to automatically generate many websites. You can prep an Excel file and then add the job, and you just grab the Excel file and put a notification email to you, whoever you are, and you just simply send this thing off, set it up, and it will create the websites for you. It can create literally hundreds or thousands of variations of your website. This is something we'll teach you how to do when you get our service, obviously. And so what's the point? If you have an old-fashioned website with no control over it, and you realize you really need something better than that, you need a new website that you have control over, but you just want to maintain your website, we're not going to make a new website. We'll supercharge your existing website and make it awesome. We'll make it mobile ready. We'll make sure it has no coding errors. We'll show you how to check it. We'll make sure it's HTML5 and that it has no errors, that successfully checked. This bar should be green for rank. It's really important that it's green, and also that this says HTML5, not something else. Okay, that's where we're at these days. It's where we need to be. It's going to be like that for many years to come. But you need to go through this sooner or later if you have not done it yet. Okay? And then we'll create all of this power on your website. Okay? Setting all this up is affordable. Get a hold of us, check out our prices, ask us questions. Let's talk about where you should get in the game and how we can help you expand and get further along. All right, thanks for listening. Go back to the webpage, look for an email, a phone number, or the purchase link, whatever it is you want to get going. Those of you who are ready to go now, just go now. You're going to be happy with the word. Go ahead and purchase what it is you want. If you're pretty sure you know, go ahead. If you want to upgrade pretty quickly after that, you can do that. We're really good with helping people get started and climbing that ladder. We know that if we can help you grow, we can grow right along with you. And the bigger you get, the bigger we get to get with you. We don't just sell a service, we form a relationship. Most of our clients have been with us 5 years to 10 years, okay? And they come back for more. And that's what we like more than anything else. So join our world, get into it. Take your website and give it the kind of power that you never thought it could have originally, but it can have, all right? That is just the coolest thing you can do. And if you get into that, you're going to be amazed at how much wonderful control you have over your website and all the things you can do and add and change and test and make new points and offer special deals and create pages that are variations for Easter or Christmas or summer vacation. All that opportunity is right at your fingertips. Okay, you can have it. And you can have it on a website you were used to. And you want the same thing, you just want it modernized. Okay? All right. We're looking forward to working with you. Take care.